welcome to class. I'm very excited to teach you this lesson today. Our lesson is going to be on how to take roll effectively, how to take attendance effectively. And so I'm just going to kind of give us a little bit of our scenario before we get started. So for the first little bit, we're just going to pretend that we've all been in the same class for a while, and me as your teacher, I've already instructed you at the beginning of the year how to act politely when you come into class, and then you go and you sit down and you do what you take care of your attendance, you get your work, you know where to go and find your work, then you go ahead and you sit down, and then you get right into your work assignment for the day. Well, myself, the teacher, will be taking care of other things here for the first few minutes of class, okay? So that's going to be kind of like the little scenario that we're going to have here for the next couple of minutes. So you guys are the students, you're coming into class, and you're going to be following the instructions that I will be giving you. So, okay, so I'm going to hand out these little cards, and it's going to give you instructions of how, of what to do. And then I will have you go ahead and do that. And we're just going to pretend you just came in from like, the bell just rang and you're just coming into class, okay? So, let me go ahead and give these to you. Okay. So, here we go, Catherine. Aubrey, Vicky, and Kelly. Okay? So if you can read those over, and then you just go ahead and get started. I'm going to be doing my best. Here, let me take that out. Good morning, ladies or girls. How are you? Oh, thank you. Thank you. There we go. Okay. Okay. So sorry. All you need to do is just take out the assignment. You can leave the bag right up here, or you can take it. I apologize. That was very yours.
Miss Sheila, can I borrow these crayons?
Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Go right ahead. Yes, does anybody need any pencils or crayons or anything right now for your activity? Very good job, Kelly. Nice. Nice staying in the lines, Aubrey. Very good. I like the way you do your U's, Amy. Good job, girls. You guys are doing great. Okay. All right, we can go ahead and put our pencils down for good. We can finish that at the end of the class if you'd like, or take it home. Okay, so what I was trying to demonstrate here with this is that, first of all, I have a question here. Do you think that having the students take their own attendance, like you did when you came in and got your assignments and went straight to work, do you think that would save some time for the teacher in the morning as, you know, the students are coming in, and the teacher's getting situated and getting things going? Do you think it would save some time if the teacher was to stand up here and go, you know, through a list of, let's say, 25 names? Is Aubrey here? Is Kelly here? Is, you know, what I'm trying to show is that instead of standing up here and calling out roll and calling out each individual's name, if a teacher can have something more effective set up where the students come right into class, they know exactly what they do. They know they need to come over here, they need to remove their name, put it, you know, somewhere else so that when the teacher glances over, when everybody's working, the teacher glances over, she can see, oh look, Christopher and Sally and Peter are missing. They're, you know, they're not here yet. So I can, off the top of my head, see, okay, who might be late or who might be absent for the day. And then this is just one of the ways. The other way was when you we'll talk about these a little bit more in depth, but this was supposed to be kind of like a place where you had all your mailbox. And I don't know if you've noticed when you've gone to the schools, like in the younger grades, everybody has a mailbox. And in the mailbox, usually they have an assignment. And it would have worked better if I had, you know, if it wasn't paper bags, but this is all I could find. But then you come to your paper bag, you take out your assignments, and then when the teacher looks over, they can see, okay, so-and-so's assignment's still inside their mailbox, so that means I'm going to be watching out for them being late or being absent. So that's another way that you can take attendance and not disrupt the class or use the students' time very effectively. Okay, so the class time is really valuable, and we want to maximize the academic learning, so we don't want to waste time taking rolls. And like I explained earlier, you know, calling each individual person's name out is really, you know, it's a lot of time, very time consuming. But also too, when I start naming people's names, let's say when they're in like elementary level, it'll be like, oh, Sally's absent, or if you go Aubrey, and you say the name Sally afterwards and nobody answers, then you're like, okay, absent. But then the students, they start to argue with you. They're like, because for a student, they think if you're anywhere within the vicinity, if you're like even a mile away from the school, you're not absent. So they'll start arguing, oh no, I saw her outside, she's not, like she's coming, or the lineup was too long, she's on her way. You know, we saw her this morning, she just had to run home, she's here, she's not absent. So you start, you know, having little arguments with the students, because for you as a teacher, if they're sitting in the seat and there's a warm body sitting in the seat, then okay, they're in class. But if there's nobody there, then they're absent, or they're going to be late. So you don't want to, you know, waste some more time arguing with the students, saying no, they're not here, and then the class kind of they start to get louder, and also, sorry, back to when you're calling their names to roll call, you know, the kids start to, if everybody's saying present, and then somebody says yo or hey, then everybody starts to giggle, and then the class starts to get louder and louder, and you know, everybody gets distracted. So the best thing, and what the lesson that I was reading emphasized, is that don't take roll. Whatever you do, don't take roll by calling out a student's name. Make sure that you are that you find one of the three. I'm going to show you 3 different methods of roll taking, or you can make up your own method, but whatever you do, make sure that it's effective. And they say the most important thing for you as a teacher is the first 5 minutes of the class. It needs to be, it's super important that you set the tone within the first 5 minutes, because if your class is rowdy and crazy, then the rest of the day the class is going to be rowdy and crazy. So if you can make sure that if they come in, they know what to do, everything, they know what is expected of them, then your class tends to go a little bit smoother. So it's not as chaotic as it can get. So I just wanted to say, an effective teacher starts the class immediately with an assignment and not role taking. Whatever the opening activity, the primary purpose is to engage the student the minute they walk through the door. Okay? And let me see, I want to get up these slides here. Let me see if I can do that. Give me a second. You can go back to coloring your assignments while I pull up. Okay, all right. I don't know how to get my presentation up on here. So we can just go, what's that?
Is it on Gmail?
No, it was just on my PowerPoint.
Oh, you mean
My
it's
email.
on?
Huh?
Oh, you mean like it's,
Like it should be right here, right?
but, well,
Did you
not
download
unless
it?
you're using your own computer.
Oh,
Like even if you, did you email it or something?
okay, yeah, okay.
You did?
But that's okay, I don't think I did it right. So, that's all right. We will go without my slide presentation. Oh, that's all right, okay. So we will continue without the slide presentation, so that's all right. Okay. All right, oh, and they were good slides. Okay. So, today we're going to learn 3 ways to take roll effectively and efficiently. And the first way, the first model that I wanted to talk to you about is the slide would come up of different classroom seating arrangements. And depending on what kind of class you're going to teach and how you want the kids to sit, you're going to have that by your desk. So when the students come into the classroom, they sit down, they're doing their work, and you just look over and you glance at them, and whoever's missing, you can take attendance from there, okay? So, so it says, once your class is seated and has started the assignment, look at your class and refer to your seating chart. Mark whoever is absent and don't involve the class, and they can just stay on task. Okay? So that would be our model number 1. Model number 2 is where I was explaining here a little bit earlier, where you will have mailboxes or cubbies or anything like that. And each student has something personal, whether it's a folder that goes into their mailbox or assignments and things like that. So when they come into the class, they can remove their assignment or their folder, and the teacher, while they're doing their work, she can glance over and she can see who might be missing or running a little bit late in class. And then with that, okay, so yes, so that's it with that. So you just make sure that whoever's assignment's still in there, those are the ones who are absent. And then our third model is this right here, or something along the lines here. In the slide, it would show you a lot of different ways to how to bring up like charts like this that the kids can have. Some teachers have pictures of the students, and that they can go, like they had a little ladybug where they can go and put the dots of a ladybug on its back. So to show that all this, whoever is in class, were the dots on the ladybugs and things like that. You girls came and you just moved your name to whether you were having a school lunch or a home lunch. This takes care of 2 things, because a lot of students, if they bring their lunch, then they're not counted in the roll. When they take that roll up to the office, the teachers also have to show if they're going to be eating like lunch at school. So you know, oh, okay, Kelly and Amy are going to be eating school lunches, so we have to inform the office that those 2 students. So it could have multiple purposes. And then also another great one that we use, I don't know if you've taken Dr. Johnson's class, the computer class, where the dojo, where he has it up on the board and you use this system here. We tried setting this up the other day, but the software is not in the system, because this is what I wanted to originally use, was this. And so anyways, this computer doesn't have the software on it. So all they would have to do is come up with this pen, and it would be like little pictures. It's kind of hard to explain, I'm sorry, without my slide. It would be little pictures of like little dojo people, I don't know, little monsters, and each one has a name, so the student can come into the class and then click on it. Is that me? Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. I didn't even know my phone's supposed to be dead. Sorry. I didn't even know it was working. Okay, so they would click, and then one click it would turn green. That means the student is here. The next click it would be yellow. That means the student's late. What's that?
I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah? Do you remember? Okay. Who's taking his class? The computer? Yeah? Okay, and you've done this? And then whoever doesn't click it, it stays red, so that means they're absent. So it's green, yellow, and red. And it was such a fun toy. Well, I guess, yeah, toy to play with. And I think the kids, you know, I don't know, at my age I was enjoying it. I don't know, the little ones might enjoy it. Some as well. So there's so many different ways that you can take attendance and make it effective, and also keep the students engaged, because you want them to be engaged. You know, you don't want them to be walking around the classroom, you know, interrupting other students and things like that. You will have that, you know, no class is perfect. But for the most part, they know what's expected of them, they know what to do, and they can get to work. They can come, they can do this, they can do their assignment. And those first few minutes, those first 5 minutes, you can go ahead and take attendance without, you know, without any interruptions, and quietly, and then you can get done any other housekeeping that needs to be worked on for that morning before you begin your class in your lesson. So now what I would like to do with some of you, or with all of you actually, if you can have the group, I'm going to put models 1, 2, and 3. And I know it would have been better with the slides because it probably would have sunk in a little bit more. But we'll do our best with these, okay? So we'll just get some tape and then I'm going to have you read some of these things and then tell me if it's model number 1. Model number 1 is the one where you have the seating chart, thank you, the class seating chart. And then we have now model number 2 is where we use a mailbox. And then model number 3 is where we would use something like this, a board like that, okay? So I will put these, if you guys want to come up here, and I can move this back here, and then you guys, I'm going to put the models up there, and you can take some tape, and then look over these, and then put them, I'm going to try to mix them up. Okay, put them where you think they would go, okay? All right, you guys can take one and get tape, and I'm going to just put up here the different models. You can come up and start looking at it, and if you don't understand, please ask, and I will be happy to let you know a little bit more clear.
Can you say what the 3 models are?
Okay, so number 1 is the chart. Okay, number 2, I really needed those slides. Number 2 is the mailbox.
With the assignment inside, right?
Yes, and then number 3 is the clothespin. Okay. Clothespin model. Okay.
What is number 103? Clothespin.
Oh,
Something like
clothespin,
the
over
clothespin.
here, sorry, clothespin.
Or like the, that was
Would this one be all 3?
Huh?
Not taking them off?
Oh, yes, I will put this one up on the side here. Okay, and then there's the other one. All right. Okay, thank you. All right, so model number 1, here we go. You look at your class and refer to the seating chart. You mark whoever is absent. Then model number 2, the mailbox is in the front, by the front door. You take assignments, they go to their seat and get their work. Get to work on assignments, on the assignment that was given to them. And then also they have, if you see 3 assignments left, note the names and mark these students absent. So I have 3, sorry, that's why I put the number 3. I have supposedly 3 students that are absent today. And it says, do not involve the class, they are on task. And I think this one can go on any one of them. But we'll put that one over here. So it can be. And then, so with this one, you can put the students' names on clothespins, and in the slides, there's these really cute, like different ways that you can put the names on the clothespin to make it more creative. Not just, what I did, just put the name like that, but you can make them look really cute and really creative, or, even put the picture of the students there. I think kindergarten level, when they see their picture and they go into their class, and then they can pull out I'm trying to think of the one in the one kindergarten class that I was in. They have something in their little pocket and they can pull it out. They have their picture on it. When they walk into the class, there's no pictures. You can't see any pictures, but when you arrive to class, you go in there and you flip it over and then your picture is shown. So I thought that was a really cute one too. And anyways, with this one, it says, no, which pins have not been moved and mark these students absent. And then when the students come in, they move their closed pins to indicate they are in attendance. So that's what you girls did. You moved your closed pin to show that you're in attendance. And I know this is really like simple and things like that, but it's just something simple that we need to know that will really benefit us when we're teaching a class one day. Okay, so let's see here. We are going to, I'm going to hand out this worksheet, and I'm hoping that this worksheet will help you kind of get a little bit better understanding of what we've been talking about. And so I will have you go through this worksheet, and we can work together as a class. Because I didn't have the slides on, it's a little bit, I haven't been able to really explain it thoroughly, but once you fill in the blanks, this is a fill in the blank question, you'll be able to understand things a little bit better. So I'll just go ahead and give this to you, and we can work on them as in a class or individually if you choose to. Okay, so for the first one, I'll just read it out for you and you can fill in the blanks as we go, okay? It says, look at your class and refer to your seating chart. Mark whoever is absent. Do not involve the class, they are on task. Did we all get a chance to fill in those blanks? Do it again? Okay, it says, look at your class and refer to your seating chart. Mark whoever is absent. Do not involve the class. They are on task. Okay? We all got it? Yeah? Good, Amy? You're good? Oh, you're busy. Okay, no. Keep doing your work. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, so number 2. It says, have folders or something personal in a box at the door. When the student comes in, they are to take their folders or their assignment, go to their seats, and get to work on the posted assignments. After the students are at work, you look in the box. You see 3 folders left. Note the names and mark these students absent. Did I go too fast?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay.
Sorry.
We're second line through.
After go to their seat and get to work.
Okay. Get to work on the assignment. After the students are at work, you look in the box, you see the 3 folders left, note the names, and mark these students absent. Okay. All right, so number 3. Clip these pins to a cutout or a chart. I just did a chart here. Or a seasonal object like a jack-o'-lantern. So let's say it's Halloween, you can have a jack-o'-lantern and their names on there. You can use a heart for Valentine's Day. Okay? When the student comes in, they move their clothespins, indicating they are in attendance. After the students are at work, you note which pins have not been moved, and mark these students absent. Are we good so far? Yeah? Okay. Assign a student the task of transferring at an appropriate time the clothespins to the original position. So then, at the end of the classroom, you can have, Catherine, can you please move all the names back up to the top? something like that. Okay, now, do any of you, Aubrey, do you have any questions so far regarding this assignment that we just did? No? Okay. I'm going to ask Catherine, which one of these three different models would be something that you might want to try in your class, in your future class?
I think maybe the assignment one, especially because that way they're doing something while I'm taking attendance. Because, yeah, I just like that one.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that. Yes, that one, yeah, I like that one, especially if you had something more solid, like a more solid box. I know another class, the second grade class, they put all their assignments in milk cartons that they decorated, and then yes, that's easy for them to pick up their assignments and things like that. Even their homework, when the teacher marks their homework, then she can put them back in the milk carton. Voki, do you have a preference of which model you would like to use?
I think I like the assignment as well.
The assignment, okay.
Because, give them something to do, but at the same time, using the pin is
Yeah, the pin, that's effective too. Okay, thank you. I think we're running short on time. Do you know what time I started?
No, but I think she has to start.
Yes, to start, okay. So the next time we were going to decorate our bags. I probably should have had you do that at the beginning of the classroom to put your name on it, but anyways, we'll go ahead and let you start. And just let me finish up really quickly. Okay, I've misplaced my cards. But anyways, ladies, yeah, okay, we'll just have you, and I'm just gonna end the class right there. And we just remember, don't take roll at the beginning of class, just do something more effective.
Okay.